Bitcoin has had a pullback, and the question right now, is it time to start worrying about Bitcoin? Are we going to see a prolonged pullback? Today, guys, I'm going to talk about exactly that. I'm going to talk about why we're seeing this pullback, what's happening behind the scenes, and everything else you need to know if you are at all involved in the crypto space. So guys, make sure to stick around from the beginning until the end of this video. A lot of important stuff happening here that is going to have a big effect on crypto. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Chris, bringing you cryptocurrency videos every day, teaching you how to make money in this market. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to subscribe and activate the bell right now. So let's get straight into it, guys. So on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that after having trouble breaking through my orange line up here at $70,000, we hit it one time, we had a big pullback. We hit it a couple of times right here. 1, 2, 3. We started to slowly have a rounded top right here, failed to break through it, and then the bears took a little bit of control here, pushed us down. But look at this, still the Bitcoin price is respecting my lines here. The orange line held up the Bitcoin price here. So that is absolutely fantastic. I love to see Bitcoin. We didn't even go down. Like, look, guys, if we zoom out here, look at the massive pumps we've been having. Okay, we went down here, we had a big pullback, but we were held up by the orange line here at $61,042, right, on the 4-hourly time frame. And if we look at the daily time frame, we didn't even go down below the orange box. So the orange box in the daily time frame held us up here. So what I'm trying to say is that the resistance and specifically the support lines are holding up very, very well. It means that there's still so much bullish momentum in the market. And look at this, guys. Look at how much trouble we had breaking through this right here. Okay, it only was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in a row here on the 4-hourly time frame. So it was a few days where we didn't manage to break through this point, more like one day. And then once we broke through it, then we had trouble breaking through the $70,000 level. So Bitcoin is still respecting all of these support and resistance levels. The market structure is still intact, and it's still looking like this wants to go higher, guys. And for everyone that are following my trading strategies, you are now making profits because, of course, it's been buying the dip here and taking profit on the way up. But more importantly, if you are also following my individual trades, I would actually enter into an individual trade right here and then aim to take profit up here. The reason why I'm not doing it right now is because for the next few hours after I release this video, I will not be available. I will not be looking at the markets for the next few hours because I will be in a situation, I will be busy with something. So it's just a bad timing right now. Otherwise, I would enter into a individual trade. So for everyone that are following my individual trades on Bybit, on OKX and on BitCat, you would get that notification, and you would, if you're following me, enter that trade as well. But just a heads up that I would be doing it, but it's just unfortunate timing that right now I will not be at the computer. I want to, especially the first individual trade that I'm gonna make, I want it to be a good one, so I want to monitor that very, very closely. But the trading strategies, just like I said, they are doing good. They took to profit on this big bounce, and they added on the way down here. So of course, if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure to go and watch the tutorial at the top of the description right here. In this video at the top, I go over everything. And also if you want to join my trading strategies, you can do so, and I go over everything in that video. So now let's talk about why we saw that pullback. Well, you can see that traditional markets have actually opened up on the futures market. It did open up here somewhere. And yeah, it's been going down since we opened up, more or less sideways, but trending down a little bit. So maybe there's just a little bit of that optimism taking a little bit of a cool down period here. Now, granted, we are still very close to our previous all-time high. So we are still in all-time high vicinity, more or less. So I would not be too worried about this. Definitely not. But yeah, a little bit of a sideways action, a little bit of a going down here for traditional markets when we opened up, and then this drop for Bitcoin as well. Now, let's look at the dollar index, because it's actually been a while since we looked at the dollar index. This is on the 4-hourly time frame, and you can see that since breaking through the orange box here on the dollar index, we had a big pullback on the weekly time frame. So really, I see the dollar index continuing to go down, and then we have the next level of support at 100 on the index here, or yeah, 101. So we could still see some more downside for the dollar index, and this would then mean that assets in general are most likely going to go up because there is that inverse correlation. Dollar index goes down, assets tends to go up. So let's continue talking about this. This is what you need to know for this week. On Tuesday, you have the US CPI for February. You also have on Thursday the US PPI. This new inflation data will be taken into consideration by the Fed ahead of the next FOMC rate decision on March the 20th. So let's look at what the market believes here. So only 3% believes that we're going to have a rate cut in the next meeting. So this is a good sign because there is right now a lot of pressure for the Fed to start cutting rates. I will get into that later on in this video, but just know that the market does not really believe that we're gonna see rate cuts anytime soon. Only 25% believes that we're gonna see it in May. And in June, the market believes that we would have had one rate cut. So the market is not really expecting a rate cut until June, which is a very, very good sign. That's 3 months from now, guys. And there's a lot of pressure still piling into the Fed to cut interest rates. So if the market does not believe that we're going to see a rate cut for a while longer, well, then that is a good sign, because let's say we get a rate cut in May, which only 25% of the market believes, then 75% of the market are going to be, positively surprised, right? So that's going to mean that 75% of the market are caught off guard in a positive sense, that they should be more bullish, and so market could start to pump based on that. So that is why I think that everything is lining up right now. And if you look at some of the pressures that we're seeing right now for the Fed to start cutting interest rates, right now people in the United States are barely able to actually afford housing. So if you are going to buy a home in 2024, you need an income of $106,000. So that is a lot of money. Not a lot of people are earning this, guys. It's a very small percentage of the population that is earning more than this per year just for housing. So 4 years ago, you just needed $60,000 or $59,000 to afford an average home. And we're not talking about luxury villas here. We're talking about an average home. That's a 80% increase from 2020 because of the, money printing, because of the stuff that they did during the lockdowns. So really, people are not able to afford living right now, and it sucks because, if you're living day to day, if you are not aware of crypto, if you are not understanding how the financial markets works, then you're wondering like, why am I working so hard? And the longer time goes, I'm just getting poorer and poorer for every year that goes by. I cannot even afford a home right now. But what this means for the market is that the Fed really needs to start cutting interest rates, especially as Biden are now proposing different things here. So they are proposing to give $5,000 in credit for first-time home buyers. They're also proposing to give credit for families selling their starter home. So essentially, no matter how you twist and turn this, guys, this is just one other way to print money. Them giving money to families that are buying their first homes, however you want to spin this, it just means, because where do you think the US government are going to get this money from? They are going to get it from the Fed, and the Fed are going to print that money. So that's the thing. So all different roads leads into more money printing, which is going to lead into higher assets. Bitcoin is the solution to this. So this is why we on this channel, we're looking at these macro events happening. And if people are not able to afford the homes right now, they either need to have short-term band-aid in terms of this, which is still money printing, right? Short-term band-aid to just get us out of this situation just right now, just a temporary solution, which is still money printing, or they need to start cutting rates, which would be very, very good for the markets, and Bitcoin would pump based on that. So you can see how every single road leads into higher prices for Bitcoin. And also finally, what I want to say is that it's an election year this year. And all of this, so let's look at 2020 and 2024. This is under Biden's administration, the 4 years he has been in charge, right? So Biden, of course, wants to get reelected right now. So Everything has gone to shits under his term. Now, is it because of him? Is it not? Whatever it may be. Here's the thing. There's no denying that things have been getting worse during his term because of whatever reason you want to find. But during his election year or election term, things have been going bad. That's just the reality of the situation. People are not able to afford homes anymore. $106,000 instead of $59,000 in just the 4 years he's been in charge. So he wants to get reelected. He needs to do something about this. And just like I said, these are some of the things he's proposing, or every single road leads into more money printing. So let's keep our eyes on that. Let's keep our eyes on our altcoins. And I added 4 altcoins yesterday, as you know. And yeah, altcoins are seeing a little bit of a pullback across the board right now. In fact, our altcoins are not doing too bad. You can see, in fact, Victoria VR is already up. I think it's more than 25% actually since I talked about it yesterday. So that is absolutely fantastic. Uncaged is having a little bit of a nice bounce here, 12% almost. Forgotten Playlands continues to hold a nice price of 8.5 cents. GGI Games is having a bit of a pullback, but other than that, everything is going well. Guys, this is what I got for you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.